Hi, I'm Julie Chase, Vice President and Chief Marketing Officer at Visit Austin. This past October was one of Austin's busiest months. We are so excited for all these in-person events that are coming back and what we're hoping is the post-pandemic. What we did with Zardico was took a look at 4 major events, 4 weekends throughout October, including 2 weekends of Austin City Limits Music Festival, Formula One US Grand Prix, a University of Texas football game, and the Moto GP event at Circuit of the Americas. Our objective to track all the data for all the weekend events was to really understand visitor origin markets, movement around Austin, and visitor spend. So let's take a look at some of the data that we pulled for weekend 1 of October 2021. Over that weekend, we hosted the first weekend of the Austin City Limits Music Festival, as well as the Moto GP race. The Moto GP brought in a higher percentage of visitors compared to ACL Music Festival. 64% of Moto GP attendees were visitors, compared to 49% of the festival attendees being visitors versus locals over the same weekend. While many origin markets were Texas cities, because we are a drive market, for the music festival, other origin markets included Nashville, Los Angeles, Chicago, and New York. On this slide, we're taking a look at the cross-visitation map of Austin during weekend 1 of October. There are key differences in the cross-visitation patterns of the 2 events. MotoGP attendees were dispersed throughout the destination in comparison to the Austin City Limits Music Festival attendees, who mainly stayed in the downtown central business district area. So here we have a really cool time lapse of weekend 1 of October showing downtown filling up for the music festival and the attendees remaining in the downtown area. The bottom right shows the MotoGP attendees who later are hitting the road to return home at the end of the event. Austin hosted the second weekend of the ACL Music Festival. In similar fashion to the previous weekend, attendees of ACL were split 50-50 between resident and visitors. Weekend 2 of the festival showed significantly more day trips in comparison to the first weekend of the festival. Weekend 3 in October was the UT Austin versus Oklahoma State game. 63% of observations at Darrell K. Royal Memorial Stadium were visitors. This time lapse of the UT Austin game shows folks trickling into town on a Friday night with attendees remaining at the UT Austin campus during and a good portion after the game. Of all October events analyzed, Formula One US Grand Prix had the highest percentage of visitors into the destination. This cross-visitation shows that Formula One attendees moved all around the destination, much more in comparison to any of the other events held in October. As a result of the case study, we plan on creating more planning resources and content for visitaustin.org leading up to these busy event months. Target those event attendees in social posts, in other areas and platforms. And we noticed that the booking window, of course, has shortened. And as a result, we're going to adjust our marketing tactics to better align with those windows. Finally, we're going to continue, of course, to promote the great hidden gems and all of the great local Austin businesses by partnering with these key events to promote things to do in the Austin area for attendees.